Hello and welcome. This is Zoe Gold. Today we're going to take a look at the second underlying pattern that is responsible for you not getting the results that you want. So for example, you know a lot about laws of the mind and laws of the universe. You've been studying personal development and you've been involved in self-mastery and really learning it and applying the knowledge, and you have a lot of different tools that you apply all the time or from time to time. You visualize, you use affirmations, you read different books, but you still cannot break through in a particular area. So this will help you. This will give you even deeper understanding of what could be still preventing you from getting where you want to go. So this is actually the second part. The first part where we took a look at the first pattern, which is I'm not lovable and I don't love me, was posted in my previous video. So either go on my YouTube or Facebook and just check it out. So it makes complete sense. So this is the second part where we are actually going to take a look at the second pattern out of the two patterns. So basically the first pattern that really sabotages yourself, because you cannot really win when you play against yourself. So you have to truly align all of you, and the whole of you should be moving towards where you want to go, and nothing should be tearing you apart or pulling you backwards. So this what this video is for. So the second pattern is here. It's life does not love me. Life does not love me. So if the person constantly operates from this pattern and engages in it, it is also destructive, because it can lead to the belief and to another more surface pattern that I can be hurt and I can fail. And these two usually lead to fear, because, and there is some kind of underlying fear beneath it that goes with it, because if I can be hurt, then the person thinks about the time in the future when something like this can happen. And they end up pushing the relationships that they want. They end up pushing away a relationship with friends, cutting the communication, and protecting themselves. But what happens is when a person really cuts love or shuts down or does not prevent themselves to live fully because they try to protect themselves from being hurt again, you end up hurting you, because you cut yourself from that is in your essence. Because as we already talked about it, love is the basic building block of creation, and love is your essence. So every time when you go against it in some way or form, it will only hurt you in the end. Because I believe you're listening to this video, you're the person who wants to truly feel the deliciousness of life, feel the vitality, the joy. You truly want to live the life to the fullest in every aspect of your life. But when you limit yourself like that because of different stuff that actually is not yours, you were not born with it, you picked it up along your physical path, you learned it, doesn't matter where. So it is part of a conditioned self. It's not who you truly are, and it can be unlearned. You can release the garbage. You don't have to carry the baggage forever. So when the person comes from I can fail, that also leads to failure, because the person is always projecting into the future of how this can happen, right? And tries to protect themselves from it. So when the person is afraid, when there is fear, there is also this state of trying to protect yourself from something unwanted. When you truly make one outcome really important, like this is what I want, and the other outcome, this is what I don't want, really don't want, and it's really important for this not to happen. So you increase the importance of a particular outcome, and because you are afraid of it and you try to avoid it, you try to protect yourself from it, the focus goes there. And that's why many people, instead of spending time in their internal atmosphere, in their mindset, and their focus on what's benefiting them, what's empowering them, what's bringing them closer to where they want to go, they spend time in actually entertaining in their minds different case scenarios of things, that how they can hurt them or how things might not work out, and etc. So that's a fear. Now, fear always leads to another thing, that is aberration. False perspective, false idea in consciousness. And you look at yourself from this false perspective, you look at your abilities, you look at people around you and what they do, and what at your past, you look at your future, at your circumstances, at what's going on in your life, at your relationship with other people, at the challenges and problems in your life. You look at them from this false idea in consciousness. And when you do that, obviously you do not see the truth. And here's an interesting thing. When you are in the middle of some challenge or some problem or something that doesn't work the way you want, if you look at it, if you truly see the cause of it, if you truly see the truth about this particular situation, about you, about what's going on, then the problem ceases to be. And when you continue operating in this aberrated perspective, the false idea in consciousness, then the challenge, the problem, the thing that doesn't work, it kind of continues. And in some cases, it even grows if the person really does not resolve that, the cause of it. So when you do not see the truth, well, of course, you operate from this false idea in consciousness. And when you also come from fear, you focus on unwanted. Because you try to avoid it, you try to protect yourself from it, you are spending most of your time, or at least enough of your time there for it to perpetuate. And when you focus on unwanted, when you truly communicate with unwanted, what you have is you have unwanted, or you have, or you don't have wanted. So even if you really understand about, you've heard about aligning your conscious and subconscious mind, aligning for your peak performance, aligning with the good that you desire, when you use vision boards, affirmations, and different tools, which can be powerful, which can be useful, but you try to impose those things on top of that garbage, on top of that baggage, then it's a constant fight within you. And many people don't even look at these. Like, you've heard about them, you read some books about them. Now I'm telling you this, that you can listen to my first video and you can learn more about this pattern. The first one, I'm not lovable, I don't love me, and the life doesn't love me. So obviously you understand that what you actually need is the opposite of that. It's here, there should be I love me, so I am lovable and I love me. And here should be life loves me, and living from that. Now, from one side, it sounds very easy. You probably have heard it before, or maybe you thought about it. It's not that simple to actually live from it when you were spending some time in this aberrative perspective. There is a process that you can go through in order to release these patterns and release the garbage, release the baggage, truly free yourself from it, truly clean it. And then when you use these tools, and there are many, many others that I'm sharing when I work with people in my mentoring programs, because I truly work with the most advanced, the most powerful and effective tools and techniques and technology that is available at this point, right? So when you actually use the tools after or at the same time while you truly resolve the inner conflict and release the garbage, then there is no that constant fight, but you are building on an invincible foundation. You've cleared yourself and you're building yourself up. And you're doing it not by trying to, okay, this is my false belief, this is my true belief, so let's impose my new belief on that. It can be a good tool. It may work for some people in some areas, but wouldn't it be more powerful and more productive to really clean the garbage and really tap to the truth within you about who you truly are? To tap to that knowingness within you about your true identity, about your true abilities, about what you actually want. Not what you want and you actually think you want it because society suggested, or your friends think it's valuable, or maybe some of people that you love and who actually mean good for you, they value and therefore you value. But what actually makes you tick, what makes you enjoy and love it, right? So coming back to that, when you truly release with this stuff, then you come back to you, to who you truly are. You operate from freedom, and freedom leads to love. So this is the area of resistance, and this is the area of free flow, because this is your essence, this is your core, and this is the whole array of this beautiful what you call positive emotions, right? And then you are truly open to inspiration, well-being that comes to and through you, and you receive the knowingness, you receive the truth about you, you receive the ideas, you receive the visions, the feelings, and it feels like ease. It doesn't feel like it's controlled or forced or pushed or struggled. It feels like the most delicious experience there can ever be. And you know it from your own life experiences, because there were moments in every person's life, there were moments when you were in that flow. But for some people, those were short moments or some period of time that just came out of the blue, and they didn't come out of the blue. You made them, you created them, but you didn't notice it because you operated at an unconscious competence level. But what you can do now, you can guide it. You can call on it when you want it, when you truly have that mastery, when you truly get rid of that garbage that prevents you from operating at that level. And you also tap into the truth within you. And that you are being inspired, you are connected to that higher, broader part of you, and you're not blocking it with that data, that light that is always in you, that is who you are, but many are blocking it, and you truly receive. And it's the quality of life on inside and out that is just priceless. It's the experiences that you are meant to live, and things that you do are things that you're meant to do. Like, it's not just some trivial job, but you love what you do and you do what you love. And no matter what, you are who you truly are. All right. So I hope this was helpful. Make sure to check the previous, I would even say 2 videos. One where we talked about the first pattern and how you can release that for good. And also we talked about a bit earlier about for other patterns that are responsible for you not getting the results that you want and are responsible for a lot of unpleasant emotions and feelings. Because, as I said, you can have all the knowledge, all the tools about the transformation and how the mind works, but if there is still this and this in you, and many people know that it might be there, still there. Some people don't even think about it. They kind of feel bad from time to time, not deserving. They contemplate on their failures, etc. They cannot look at themselves in the mirror and feel true appreciation and acceptance and approval of who they are in this moment. Looking at the soul and loving everything that you see because it's you, if it's still present there, then you will be just either in some areas or in many areas playing against yourself. And you cannot win when you do that. So I hope this was really helpful. It was my pleasure being with you today. And I will see you in our next video. Have an amazing day.